What does wealth mean to you? And tell us a little bit about your journey in creating your wealth.
That's a great question, because I think we all as Latinos have such a complicated, like that word even feels ugly, ¿verdad? Like, te da pena. You know, my parents, Latinos, no, and you know what? I'm over it too, but I know that we feel that way. You know, my parents were immigrants, so to us it was like, ay, no te mates, no te vuelvas loca, we came here, we lost everything. But, tú te imaginas? But I've worked for 5 billionaires. Yeah. And it really changed my life because, A, when I worked for them, I thought, I don't think they're smarter than me. I don't think, you know, they had a different way of thinking than I did. And I'm not, you know, there's a lot about our backgrounds and our culture that is so great and that keeps us grounded and humilde and good. But there's a part of us that is not allowing us to grow. And that's the part that feels like we don't deserve it. So I realized the first thing that was different about these people is that they felt that they deserved abundance. And that meant sending their kids to school, and that meant going back to school and fixing a lot of problems in their lives. And so they had very long-term big goals. So to me, wealth has really changed its meaning. And to me, it means freedom. It means feeling not only accomplished, realizada, actualized, that I don't need someone else to save me, that I am capable. And that's something that no one can ever take away from you. You know that if there was a world, I tell my husband, if there's a world war tomorrow, me tengo que ir a vivir a Rusia, I will start a business again and I'll be a millionaire in a year because I know how to do it, right? So it's about knowing that you have it in you to really resolve your own problems, and that at still a young age, you have the freedom to choose really big things to do with your life because you're out of survival and you're into abundance. And if you could start as an intern like I did, I'm not freaking J-Lo or Beyonce, and if I could do it, you could do it.
Thank you, Nely.
You know, Nely, I totally agree. I think it means financial independence. It really gives you that freedom, that ability to do things that otherwise you wouldn't have an opportunity to do because you are really just surviving. So to me, it meant the world from very early on. And I think, you know, as I stated, my father is somebody that really instilled that sense of building wealth for the future from, you know, very early age. You know, he taught me, don't spend all of your money that you have every single day. And he's the one that talked to me about the importance of time and the importance of saving $1 today is going to result in X number of thousands of dollars 10, 20, 30 years later. So he built that in me. But not all of us have those types of parents, right?
No, we don't.
You know, most of the time, you know, our parents will say, if they have $100, they want to spend that, or at least most of it in a day. So it's independence is the ability to choose what you want to do with your life. You get to a point where you have enough money where you say, what do I want my life to be at this point? And that freedom feels wonderful, as opposed to saying, I need to make enough money just to pay the bills. So that's what it means to me.
Wonderful.
Great. I'm just going to echo the same thing. I think financial independence is how I would define it. I think for me, how it's played out in my life, you know, my parents are immigrants to this country, not really understanding the college system, for example. And I remember that my mother did not want me to go away to college. So I lived in Los Angeles, and I wanted to go to Loyola Marymount, which is in Los Angeles, on the other side of town. And she reluctantly let me go. And one of the things that my mother told me, she says, well, if you have to go to college, maybe you'll meet a husband, okay? And my mother is the most supportive woman, but I knew what she was telling me was that maybe you'll meet somebody that can take care of you. And those words always stuck with me because I felt like I should be able to take care of myself. And I did meet my husband in college.
So she was right.
She wasn't too far off.
But it has always been part of my my growth in my career that despite my husband, despite any situation in my life, that I had to have that financial independence for myself. And that meant educating myself on what it means to have wealth and how you take care of it and how it works over time. So I definitely believe that living within your means and in a comfortable way of handling yourself, whether it's your business or your family, that's what that type of independence and that type of comfort is what wealth is about to me.
Well, I echo what everybody else has said. My father very much instilled in us as children. I was very active in 4-H as a child. And we had, I had a lamb every single year. I raised it, I took care of it, and then at the end of the year, when we went to the fair, I sold my lamb, and that money went to my college fund. So imagine doing this. I did this for 10 years. So the first year, I think I made like $300. But by the end of the 10th year, that $300 was worth more. And then you start layering a little bit more. I always felt that getting a job was one avenue to help develop your wealth. But you also need to be aware of other avenues to develop wealth, because what happens if your job goes away? For me personally, I always had an interest in real estate. So I bought my first house in my mid-20s. And through the years have been able to buy a little bit more, and now I'm at a point that I want to get it all paid off, so. But it's going to be another source of income that I will have. And with reference to your jobs, to help develop wealth, put as much away into those 401ks as possible, because that is free money. You're not going to notice it. You're going to put money in, and your employers are going to put money in, and what a great gift. So over the time frame, for me, it's been about financial independence, financial security. So if I do lose a job, I've got other avenues to take care of myself. And I always say wealth is measured in many ways. It's not how much you earn, but it's how much you keep. So you could be making all the money in the world, but if you're spending it all, you're not going to have any wealth.